Agroecology, a key approach to climate-smart farming. Agroecology, a key approach to climate-smart farming. In a world facing the unprecedented challenges of climate change and food security, the need for sustainable agricultural practices has never been more urgent. Agroecology, a holistic and ecologically driven approach to farming, has emerged as a promising solution to address these intertwined issues. By fostering resilient ecosystems, conserving biodiversity, and adapting to changing climatic conditions, agroecology presents itself as a key strategy for achieving climate-smart farming. Understanding agroecology. Agroecology is not merely a set of farming techniques, it's a comprehensive philosophy that emphasizes the integration of ecological principles into agricultural systems. This approach takes into account the intricate relationships between plants, animals, humans, and the environment. At its core, agroecology seeks to mimic natural ecosystems, harnessing their inherent resilience and diversity to create productive and sustainable farming systems. Unlike conventional farming practices that often rely heavily on synthetic inputs, agroecological systems prioritize the use of local resources, organic matter, and traditional knowledge. This focus on local wisdom ensures that farming practices are well suited to the specific ecological conditions of a region. Climate-smart farming, a necessity. Climate change poses a formidable threat to global food systems. Rising temperatures, irregular rainfall patterns, and increased frequency of extreme weather events are already disrupting agricultural production. To adapt to these challenges and mitigate their impact, a climate-smart approach to farming is essential. Climate-smart agriculture encompasses strategies that not only increase agricultural productivity and food security but also enhance the resilience of farming systems to climate variability. Agroecology aligns seamlessly with the principles of climate-smart farming. By prioritizing soil health and biodiversity, agroecological practices enhance a farm's capacity to adapt to changing weather patterns. Healthy soils retain more water and nutrients, providing a buffer against droughts and floods. Furthermore, the diverse mix of crops and plant species in agroecological systems creates a natural defense against pests and diseases. As a result, farmers are less reliant on chemical inputs, reducing greenhouse gas emissions and minimizing the environmental impact of agriculture. The benefits of agroecology for climate-smart farming. Number 1. Enhanced resilience. Agroecological systems are inherently resilient due to their diversity. When one crop fails due to unfavorable conditions, others can thrive, ensuring a stable food supply even in challenging circumstances. Number 2. Improved soil health. Healthy soils are a cornerstone of sustainable agriculture. Agroecology promotes practices that increase soil organic matter, enhance water retention, and reduce erosion, contributing to long-term soil fertility and structure. Number 3. Biodiversity conservation. Agroecological farms act as havens for biodiversity. By creating diverse habitats for various plant and animal species, these farms contribute to the preservation of genetic resources and ecosystem health. Number 4. Reduced carbon footprint. Agroecological practices often require fewer synthetic inputs and tillage, which contribute to carbon emissions. By reducing the use of fossil fuels and promoting carbon sequestration in soils, agroecology mitigates agriculture's carbon footprint. Number 5. Water management. climate change brings about shifts in precipitation patterns, leading to water scarcity in some areas and excess water in others. Agroecology, with its emphasis on water-efficient practices, helps farmers manage water resources more effectively. Number 6, Empowerment of farmers. Agroecology empowers farmers by providing them with the knowledge and skills to manage their own resources. This self-reliance is invaluable in the face of uncertain climate conditions. Successful examples of agroecology in action. Several regions around the world have already embraced agroecology as a means of climate-smart farming with impressive results. Number 1, Cuba. Faced with economic challenges and limited access to conventional inputs, Cuba turned to agroecology as a way to achieve food sovereignty. By promoting urban gardens, diversified farming systems, and ecological pest management, Cuba significantly increased its domestic food production while reducing its reliance on imported inputs. Number 2, Malawi. In response to recurrent droughts and food insecurity, Malawian farmers adopted agroecological practices like intercropping and agroforestry. These strategies helped improve soil fertility, increase crop yields, and build resilience against climate shocks. Number 3, France. The French government has actively supported agroecological transitions through policy initiatives. This has led to the adoption of practices such as reduced tillage, cover cropping, and diversified rotations, resulting in improved soil health and reduced chemical use. Overcoming challenges and moving forward. While the benefits of agroecology for climate-smart farming are undeniable, its widespread adoption still faces challenges. These include limited access to resources, lack of technical knowledge, and the entrenched dominance of conventional agricultural systems. To overcome these barriers, several steps can be taken. Number 1, Investment in research and education. Governments, NGOs, and research institutions should invest in research that demonstrates the effectiveness of agroecological practices. Furthermore, training programs can equip farmers with the skills needed to implement these techniques effectively. Number 2, Policy support. Governments can play a pivotal role by enacting policies that incentivize the transition to agroecological farming. These may include subsidies for sustainable practices, regulations on chemical use, and support for local food systems. Number 3, Strengthening local markets. A shift towards agroecology often involves a transition to more diversified and locally focused food systems. Supporting local markets can provide farmers with fair prices for their produce and reduce the carbon footprint associated with long-distance transportation. Number 4, Community collaboration. Successful agroecological transitions often involve collaboration between farmers, researchers, policymakers, and consumers. Creating platforms for sharing knowledge and experiences can accelerate the adoption of agroecological practices. Conclusion. As the impacts of climate change continue to escalate, the need for sustainable and climate-resilient farming practices becomes ever more urgent. Agroecology offers a comprehensive and proven approach to address these challenges. By promoting diversity, soil health, and local knowledge, agroecology creates farming systems that are not only productive but also adaptable to changing climate conditions. It empowers farmers to be stewards of their land, fostering a symbiotic relationship between agriculture and the environment. As we strive for a future of food security and ecological harmony, Embracing agroecology as a key approach to climate smart farming is not just a choice, but a necessity.